Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Man Mythic. Happy New Year. This is going to be the first video of 2025. So we're going to start off with a banger. Whether you're new or old, welcome to the channel. I'll be posting on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. I have an Insta and a Twitter. So if you guys want to follow me on all socials, just go down to the links in the description. I have everything labeled down below. But today we're going to talk about why NBA 2K25 is quite possibly the worst 2K of all time, and how it single-handedly destroyed NBA 2K going forward. And yes, the 2K18s, the 2K23s, or the 2K21s, yes, NBA 2K25 is worse than all of those games combined for these reasons I'm going to tell you in the video, and why this game in particular destroyed the whole 2K community, and why 2K is lower than it's ever been. Yes, worse than 2K18, 2K21, and 2K23. And before you go down to the comments and say, oh, well, it can't be worse than this game or that game and this game, and it is. And I'm going to explain to you guys why in this video with these steps. But before you think I'm gonna, berate, oh, well, it's Mike Wang's fault or Ronnie 2K's fault or anything like that, I'm not gonna go into this video just ranting about them on like how they're bad for the community or anything like that. I'm just gonna explain to you, yes, they have a part of why 2K is dead, like the worst it's ever been right now, but I'm not gonna just go on a 20-minute rant saying, well, Mike Wang needs to get fired or Ronnie needs to get thrown out of here. No, it's not gonna be about that. It's going to be logical reasons on step by step how we got here and why 2K is at its absolute lowest of the low, and why 2K26 is going to be probably the worst 2K in sales by a long shot. So sit back and relax, and I'm going to show you guys and tell you why 2K25 is that bad. Now, cheating. This is going to be one of the biggest reasons, but I don't want to dive too much into this just because there's other reasons too other than this. But this is number one because this is a main reason for a lot of people. So think about it like this. Whether you come in, here for competitive 2K or casual 2K, no matter how you come and play the game, you cannot play it for a long period of time because you will eventually get into a lobby full of cheaters, whether it's a park session, a rec session. And yeah, before you tell me that, oh, well, Pro-Am, they don't have a Zen, or Proving Grounds, you can't use Zens in there. That's cool and all, but you have to remember, most of the community are too lazy to turn off their, because here's the thing too, let's get into this too, is mostly the Xbox people. So I want my PlayStation people in the chat. I want you guys to tell me, was adding crossplay a good decision for 2K in the long run? Or is it that 2K needs to find a better outlet to stop these cheaters? Because it's definitely more or less the Xbox community, right? Not the PlayStation one. And again, the cheating was present in 2K21 current. It was present in 24 next gen. They try to, they did something with 2K23 by making the shooting just absolutely awful, so like it was just hard to just cheat on that game anyway. But you had all these years to find a solution to fix this problem, and your solution was just, oh, well, we can take off the meters in the competitive modes, so let's have everybody be a competitive player. But then you're alienating the casual community who just want to go in and look from this gameplay. They just want to go into the Flyers Park and just play some park, or go to the Elite Park or the Rise Park. But they can't do that because they have a 80%, 90% chance on versing a cheater. Mind you, a cheater who is laughing, calling you ass because I'm better than you. I have a Zen because I'm a fucking dork. Yeah, to end off this topic, I don't want to rant about it too much. They haven't found a real solution to end this, so a lot of people were just cutting ties with 2K and saying, instead of putting money, because here's the thing, it affects their money. They are losing customers. Instead of them buying more builds, they're just going to go buy new games. Because if they're not going to fix that problem, why am I going to go ahead and make a new build with a 97 3-ball or whatever, a 94 3-ball, and shoot worse than the guy who has the same shooting as me, but because he went and bought a Cronus Maximus, he's going to be better than me, and then I'm going to have a terrible time getting on this game and playing every day. No thank you. I have a life outside of the game. I don't need this. This game is beneath me. Plain and simple. Alright, now next, this one is pretty simple too. Gameplay / VC. So we're going to dive into VC just real quick. Basically, the problem with the VC is, again, same thing since it's been a problem since what, 2K18, ever since they wanted to charge you for haircuts, you know, VC for haircuts. VC's always been a problem. They have to understand that people are not going to put on their hard-earned money into a game that doesn't feel good, especially in a game full of cheaters where the inmates run the asylum. So why am I going to, from my paycheck, put $50, or now it's even more, because now with the Rebirth builds, you can get them to 99, so it's sometimes like 70 to like 100. Why am I going to give you my hard-earned money when you haven't fixed the cheating problem, and if the gameplay feels the way it does? Now, onto the gameplay. So the gameplay. Now, I've never played a 2K where I felt depressed after the first weekend. Maybe 2K23 was the closest I felt, since 2K22 was one of the best 2Ks of all time, in my opinion. You know, I'll make a separate video on that, on why 2K22 was one of the best, if not the most underrated 2K of all time. But I'll get into that another day. Let's get back to the topic at hand. The problem with this game is that it's just a miserable game. When the shooting was first out for that first season, everybody was just getting used to it because it's 2K, it's their game, it's their time of need game, it's the game that everybody wanted to play because it's 2K. Like the basketball heads, the people that play with their friends, they just wanted to play that game and have fun. We are not looking for a fucking game that we have to fucking guess when it's our time to make or miss a shot. If we time it, then you give us the green window. Why is it that if I pass you the ball wide open and 2K, again, your bright idea was to say, hey, you know, it's your time to miss because we made a green window so that we can stop the cheaters but make the good players look like shit. So it makes everybody miserable. And then you did that for a whole fucking season and made everybody who was actually good at the game say, fuck you, I'm not going to keep playing. Because why am I going to suffer playing this game when I can go ahead and play something that's fucking doesn't make my life miserable when I get home from a long day of school or a long day of fucking work? Fuck you, I'm not going to play this game anymore. So then you alienate the community even more because, again, you couldn't find an actual solution. Because, again, it goes back, the gameplay goes back again to the cheaters. You couldn't find an actual gameplay solution to stop them, so you said fuck the whole community, I'm gonna make everybody ass, and then, oh well, if people don't like it, we'll patch it later on in the year, and you know the real fans are gonna, you know, they're gonna be okay with it. And that's the problem. Us real fans have been dealing with it 2K23, 2K24, and now 2K25. It's like a fucking marriage. It's like if you're dealing with the same bullshit every day, why am I gonna stay in this fucking relationship? Newsflash, you're fucking not. I'm gonna go find someone or something that makes me happy. And it's not you, aka it's not 2K25. Fuck this game. I'm not gonna start having gray hairs before the age of 30 because this game makes me miserable. To end off this topic, at the end of the day, nobody wants to play a game that makes them miserable after a long day, whatever they're doing. And the fact that 2K thinks that they want like that most of the people that play this game are competitive people, they still have not learned that lesson. Everybody that wants to play NBA 2K wants to have a fun, good time playing basketball with their friends. Plain and simple. And then if people want to play the competitive route, then they go into the Pro-Am, the Proving Grounds, all those other modes. Again, case in point, look at NBA 2K22, a game that anyone can be good at, but only a select few can be great at. And again, I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm going to make a video again on 2K22, why it's one of the best 2Ks ever / most underrated. But I'm telling you, 2K is at its best when everyone is good at the game, but a select few can be great. Plain and simple. Yeah, and then the VC thing, I mean, VC unfortunately is never going to go away, and that's just going to alienate the community even more, especially with the people that are like, especially like, again, the whole point of the community back then when we were playing, when we were younger, was that we were kids not always asking our parents for money. We just wanted to get on the game, grind a game, and play with our boys who were at school. You know what I mean? So now this generation can't even do that, and why should they do that when they can go ahead and just play Call of Duty and pay the $70 and then play the multiplayer, or play Warzone for free, or play Fortnite for free, or play Apex for free, or whatever game that's out for free? They're gonna play that because they already spent $500 on whatever console they bought. So why are they gonna put an extra 70 and then another 70 on a build to get it to 99 to possibly not verse a cheater? They're not. And to end off with the VC thing, I know they're not gonna do it, but again, this is how, again, I would bring hope and goodwill to the 2K community. Take VC out of the game. Let it be a cosmetic thing only, something like a Call of Duty, like a COD points, like, oh, look at my skin that I paid $20 for, blah blah blah. Let VC be something for drip, and that's it. Let us just buy the game outright for $70, and then if we want to look a certain way, we have to, again, VC. We get paid VC for every game, you know, park replay, micro replay, and blah blah blah. And if you want to tax us out the wazoo for stuff like that, I think people will be more inclined to that. Nostalgia. Now this is like a nitpick. This is just more of like what other games have been doing, whether they do remasters on certain games or remakes of certain games. 2K25, again, and this is also just advice, you guys had the opportunity to bring back permanent, you know, parks, Sunset, Old Town, and then you could have just had Rivet be the My Team park for the entire year. But no, you brought back Elite and Rise for the sake of nostalgia. That's why this part of the video is nostalgia. They knew that going forward, and then they have it be a seasonal recurrence when Rivet is a full, you know, full-time My Team park. You could have done the same thing with this, squashed, you know, the freaking, you know, Elite and Rise, because I don't think anybody would care if Elite and Rise was just to go away permanently. And again, I'm not telling you guys, you know, let's go ahead and bring back the Jordan Rec Center and let everybody sit on the spot and wait 30 minutes for a game to end. I'm not saying that. I think that's dumb. I don't know why people want that back. Because, you know, I much prefer the rec that they have it now, where it's matchmaking. We get into the games right away. But bring us back the parks. Bring us back the Ballers full time. Bring us back, you know, Old Town full time. And that's really it. You know, like I said, I don't want to go back on, you know, like on this topic for too long, because this is just really like a nitpick. But that could have been, that was just, again, that's just another thing that they could have done so simply, and we've been asking for it. You teased us in the trailer. You knew we would have wanted this permanently, but then you went with Elite and Rise for what reason again? Was it, you know, was it that much of a fan favorite for the 2K24 community that I heard nobody say, oh my god, Rise, and oh my god, you know, Elite? And again, I like the fact that, you know, they at least, you know, are not being lazy. They're not just half-assing these parks or whatever. They're like giving it a shot. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh, they gave us these lazy-ass parks. That is not at all what I'm saying. But we'd rather you guys reskin and remake parks from damn near 10 years ago, because that's our preference. We'd rather you guys give us these nice old remake parks and better gameplay games, because if you give us that nostalgic feel with good gameplay, and again, I'm not saying you need to make the gameplay exactly how it was 10 years ago, but make the game serviceable for this generation with the old parks, and you're gonna have a great 2K, a 2K that everybody can be proud of, and a community that is happy, healthy, and willing to throw money to your face for giving them what they want. But hey, I guess we'll never know now. So this is going to be a little controversial because I never had a problem with it, and maybe the community did. But now the more that I've been playing these past years on next gen, maybe I finally get what everybody was talking about. The city might be just a bigger problem than when I, grasp it all the way back on 21 next gen. Maybe the city was a good idea on paper, but the community got even worse every year the city got introduced. And every year on Twitter, I would see, oh my God, they're bringing back the city. Oh my God, they're bringing back the city. And I never understood what the big problem with the city was until finally this year. I finally or maybe even in 2K24 I understood, but this year now it's more like blatant than ever. And again, look at games like Black Ops 6. I mean, they've been freaking pumping out Nuketown for the past 15 years now. 2K could do something similar and have a mixture of Sunset and Rivet and Flyers every single year. Because again, like I said, people don't want to be coming home and just walking around the city and wandering the city like what the fuck to do next. People just want to get home, enter my career, enter my court, and oh okay, let's go play in Old Town today. Hey, let's play in Sunset. Hey, let's play in Rivet. Again, we're making it more complicated for old time and casuals when they just want to get on the game and play. Again, with Call of Duty, a game like that, you just get on the game, you match make for TDM, and then there you go. That's it. This game can do, again, and this game doesn't have to just do, make it matchmaking. I know NBA Live does that, but instead of having the theater, for instance, or if you want to keep the theater, you can just put the theater in the main menu, in the My Career menu, and just enter theater, and then that's it. Or Proving Grounds, and that's it. Or Pro-Am, and that's it. And then for the roaming sections of 2K, just have it be the park. Have it be the Rivet, the Sunset, and the Flyers. Have it to what it was meant to be all those years ago when you guys got it right the first time. You guys swung and hit a grand slam that 2K15, that 2K16, that 2K17. Why do you guys keep striding from it to make something, again, it's more ambitious, I guess you can say, making a city. But now when everybody, in unison is like, hey, let's get rid of it, let's get rid of it, let's get rid of it. Maybe it's time to get rid of it and bring back what people really want. And again, you don't have to chalk the city up as a failure, but look at it as a lesson learned. And the final reason, and again, this is self-explanatory, but again, this is another downfall of this game and why the game is as bad as it is to this day, is the fact that there's still two 2Ks being made, and that's why one version, if we can just get one version of a 2K getting made, maybe they wouldn't have so many of these problems. Maybe they can make one fully cohesive game that everybody can love and enjoy and play, instead of catering to the people that still don't have a PS5 yet. Sure, maybe I can see why 21 they did it. 22, okay. 23 really should have been the last one that they made going into 24, because then 24 they came in with crossplay, and oh my god, it's gonna be the first time we can play crossplay with Xbox people, blah blah blah. The fact that they're still going on and doing that, there's no way that doesn't affect the way the game gets made every year, no? And that limits the possibilities of what they can do for each 2K, no? I mean, again, for the past 4 years, there was we couldn't even get, or 5 years, we couldn't even get a fucking MyCourt because it was, oh, well, that's going to be reserved for the last gen guys because that's the one they can get. No, think about it. The last 2K that they made that was just one, unified 2K was 2K20. Plain and simple. Ever since 21, we've been getting 2 different 2Ks. Now, you're not going to sit here and tell me that having 2 2Ks have not affected what's been going on with these 2Ks and why they're in the state that they're in. Again, I'm not going to blame it to be, you know, the absolute worst reason why these games have been failing. But again, it's just another thing to tack on where if you just stop making both of them, these games could and should be a lot better. But you don't have all the manpower at your disposal to make the best possible basketball game that you can possibly make. But yeah, guys, that's really it for the video. I'm just gonna say like brief things about each reason why 2K25 is the worst it's ever been. So again, going back to the cheating, nobody wants to play a game where you're versing cheaters constantly every day to almost every day, and there's no real solution to stop it. So why are people gonna get on and verse cheaters when they can play a different game and not have to deal with that bullshit? Step one. Step two, again, gameplay and VC. Why am I gonna play a game that makes me fucking miserable and depressed? I'm not gonna, like, I go to play video games, and a lot of people go to play video games to get, you know, some people do it to get away from their personal lives in real life. So why are they gonna get mad and upset and pissed over a video game that's not fun, right? Boom. And then again, VC, I'm not gonna give you guys my money, my hard-earned money that I worked for on a game that makes me miserable, and a game full of cheaters that are going to beat me anyway, no matter how good I remake my build. Plain and simple. And then step 3, nostalgia. I mean, you had an opportunity to give us the parks we wanted to, because at least if we want to deal with the shitty gameplay or the VC prices or the fact that there's cheaters running rampant, at least we can have the scenery of, at least I'm playing in my park that I grew up in. But no, the fact you keep it as a themed event every season is insane, and it's another reason why people are not going to stay for the long haul, because people don't want to be sitting in Elite and Rise for the entire year because it wasn't a fan favorite to begin with. Yeah, the city, you know, step 4, the city's got to go. Again, I'm not saying that I hate the city. I'm speaking more for the community in this basis, and now I'm understanding why they don't want the city anymore. I'm just going to let you guys know the city needs to go. And I think most of the community would not miss the city. They want more simplistic parks that they can just walk in and play the goddamn video game. So let them just play the video game. Let them go in. Let them get into a Sunset, a Flyers, a River Park. Let them load in and then let them just play in the park. At this point, the cosmetics are not worth it anymore. To like, oh my god, look at my vehicle. Nobody cares anymore. People just want to play the game and have fun and then put money in your face if the gameplay and the game is fun and good. And then the final reason is the fact that there's 2 2Ks still. I'm going to, you know, keep it nice and simple. If you guys just made one cohesive 2K that's like amazing and it's must play, again, look at college football. The fact that they took a risk and said, hey, you have to get a new gen console in order to play this game. Boom. If you guys just did that, you know how many like people would start getting new consoles like a PS5 or an Xbox just to play 2K? The fact that you're going to go all in on this one game and then people are going to buy that console because you guys put your heart and soul into it. I promise you, if you guys put all of your chips in to one 2K and make it into a new gen console, people will buy that console to play your game, especially if they love you guys. Plain and simple. But yeah, guys, that's it. I don't want to take too much more of your time. It's already been over 20 minutes. So I want to say thank you for those who stayed this long to hear me talk about this game that I'm very, you know, that I love and I'm passionate about. But yeah, I can't be defending this game anymore. This game is very soul draining. And again, with 2K18, at least they tried to be ambitious with the neighborhood and it flopped. 2K21, it was good when it first came out, and then Zens came out and kind of ruined everything. Well, actually, well, not kind of, it ruined everything on 21 current gen. And then 2K23, as bad as I hate that game, like at least I didn't feel like shit every time I played it. Like I felt like I had to improve on that game, and they were, again, a few steps away from making that game good. And then to me, that was NBA 2K24. They took a step back on 2K25, a gigantic fucking leap backwards. And that's why 2K25 is the worst 2K of all time. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Man Mythic, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. And if I missed anything, please let me know down in the comments. Take care, guys. And of course, Happy New Year's.